Hello, everyone, and welcome to my first podcast. And today we have a guest with here named Kedar Deshpande. So please welcome Kedar Deshpande on the show.
Hi.
Hi.
So, my name is Kedar Deshpande, and I done my graduation in zoology, post graduation in life science, aquaculture technology, and I'm currently working at IQVIA, Human Science Data Company. But and I'm happy to be in your podcast, Rohan. Thanks for having me here.
Okay. So, Kedar, this is my first podcast, and as we all know, the reason why we are doing this podcast is to introduce yourself as a
Right.
photographer. So, with respect to photography, I'm going to ask you some basic questions, and I hope my audience would try to relate those questions with you. So, Kedar, my first
Why
question
not?
is tell me something about your education and family background and how it has linked with photography.
So I'm not, totally into photography because in my initial days, because photography I haven't thought a little about it because I was an artist for initial time and artistry comes up before photography. So my family has been really supporting, but when I came to an adolescent where time and money comes first, and you earn for your family. So at that time, it hampered a lot because the family has it has a peer pressure on us to do some earning. So photography as in is a field regarding to me that at least for every artist and every for the beginners they has to face some objections and opposition from their family members because they first thought that you had to earn something for your bread and butter and then pursue something for the hobby. So this happened in my case also. So I really convinced hard my mother and my aunt to really, but they appreciate my photography. They support, but they also say that do something else because after you do something and earn, you can do in my later life much in photography. So before starting doing some photography and pursuing your hobby skills, first at least have a support from your family members because it helps a lot. It really helps a lot for you. It improves your skills. It boosts your confidence as well. So I would prefer that you should take any advice and any as much as support from your family members.
Okay. So, what I understand from this is that somewhere or the other, we all have to, you know, uh, concentrate on two things at the same time. So, for that,
Yeah,
we have to prioritize what exactly we have to do, and I think
exactly.
parents and family members advice is too important, right?
Yes, exactly,
So my
exactly.
next question is somewhat related to this only. It is like how was your journey from being a life science graduate in marine biotechnology to a content creator who has recently started growing on Instagram?
Um, First of all, because I was not much into Instagram because I didn't know Instagram existed as well till my graduation. Because so many of my friends have said that you're drawing, you're so good and all, so you should come to Instagram. It has to go. But I don't know. From many of at that time, I heard the Instagram was not good. I don't know. From misconceptions happened that some adult content is coming also often in
Uh,
Instagram. So I was
Kedar,
not pretty
just a
much
minute.
convinced.
Kedar, just a minute. For those who are watching this podcast, I would like to tell you Kedar is also an amazing artist. And he is a self-taught and self-learned artist. So please follow his page, Bronze Gamer KD. The link is in description. Yes, Kedar, you can continue. Thanks.
So what I was saying that during my graduation days, I was not pretty much in Instagram because so much misconceptions and many rumors were cropping up regarding that there are many other contents in Instagram. So I was pretty much set back as should I come to Instagram because many friends were literally you should come, you should come. But finally in my in post graduation, my first year, as you may know, I came to Instagram at least give a try what is Instagram. So after that, I posted some things regarding that, but I didn't know Instagram algorithm as well because it came to me afterwards that Instagram works in a specific way to grow, and you have some viral content as well.
Mm-hmm.
So after learning few things from especially you told me some things regarding Instagram, how to operate that, and after using something from YouTube as well. So I starting posting my first artistic videos because photography was not I was not doing photography at that time.
Yeah.
I used to click photos, but I didn't have a self realization that I can do photography at that much greater scale. So I just starting my drawings, photos, and my initial sketches, paintings, and all. And after that, it boosted my confidence. It at a certain reach. It reached to my audience as well. Some appreciated me, and I can do this. And Instagram helped me a pretty lot in that section as well.
Okay. So, as far as I know, you are 1 year junior to me. Like, I was graduated in
Yeah,
2018 and you graduated in 2019. So,
yeah, yeah.
immediately we all had to face this COVID crisis. Like, immediately after your
Obviously,
graduation and
the
convocation.
world faced the COVID crisis, man.
Yes, exactly. You can say that worst phase in anyone's life is the COVID-19, and probably the
Yeah,
worst is yet to come. But till now, this was the worst. So
yeah.
I want to ask you that was there a time when like you had to manage this COVID crisis, and the time that you gave for photography was absolutely contradicting and frustrating?
Bro, many artists have suffered in this crisis and literally in many worse ways. But thanks to me, because I also, thought that I will not do photography because the 6, 8 months, 9 months probably the lockdown period was so harsh.
Hmm.
So, recent around that on Instagram, Ganesh Vanare, so the Instagram account handle is Haramcore, as you know.
Yes,
He started a hashtag regarding Nusta. I'm not reminding that hashtag,
create
but
at home. Create
he
at
told
home.
that yeah. So he told that do something, do creative, don't stop, and just don't do photography at home. So I just thought that why because there were a lot of restrictions on the street, you should not go anywhere else. It was on a limited period. But as a photographer, where we roam continuously on street, do various photo walks, POV photo walks. But it was a pretty much setback for me as well because the creativity was literally put to test at that time. So what should I do regarding home? So I search for many things I can do. So shadow displays, flame photography can do, and mastic and all. And first and most importantly, the flat lay photography.
Okay.
Flat lay photography helped me a lot during these COVID times because it literally gave me a new idea and new perception in this different branch of photography. Because this flat lay photography can be pretty much be useful in this advertising and all sort of things because you have to just present the matter and whatever content and whatever materials you have today and at the present time. So the presence of mind, the creativity was all put to test, and I literally had to do many much brainstorming regarding this. So you must also have done such pretty things as well because
Yes, obviously.
the
Obviously.
same story applies to all artists, and all suffered greatly doing this. So what's your story?
Yes,
I
yes.
want to hear that as well.
My story, see, actually my this COVID crisis was quite disturbing for me. There were two things there were two things by profession I am a teacher.
Okay.
So we like every teacher must have faced this, but everyone had to start from online to offline to online teaching.
Yeah. Online to
All our time was in front of the screen and computer. So there was one thing that even after our school hours, we had to spend a lot of time in doing admin work and preparing for the next day, which is not there in offline classes.
okay.
And at the same time, I had one ring stuck inside my camera, and
Yeah. You told me regarding this.
yes, and that ring was not coming out, so I could not use my camera properly.
Okay.
So almost from March, like the last trip we had was I think February, bandstand.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah.
February 2020 was the last trip we had together in Bandra.
The SS photo, Sadak Chap and POV
Sonali.
photo walk in Bandstand Bandra.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. So probably that was the last trip we had, and after that, my camera stopped working because of that stuck ring. So there was a phase in my life from this March to almost in mid of September, somewhere around 2025th September. I had this period in between where I could not use the camera, I could not go out, and I could not use my mobile for doing photography because my mobile camera was not functioning. So there was a big creativity block inside my head, and my
Exactly,
Instagram
exactly.
was having very low engagement. So then one day, I tried to do something with my camera, and the ring automatically came out. Like some trial and error I did after seeing some YouTube videos, and the ring came out. Then I started using macro lens for my photography, and I did many macro shoots, like raindrop on the on the grass, then one insect ad, then the flower pollen grain, like many macro shoots I did. And after that, somewhere around December and January, I did a quite portrait photo shoots with model in Dombivli, with few the models in Dombivli, and then since that till now, I have done many basic shoots, and luckily I had enough savings throughout my job career so that I could purchase a 50 prime lens,
Okay.
which is basically used only for portraits, only for model shoots and portraits. That lens is used. So fortunately I purchased that, and I have learned how to use it.
Okay.
Yeah, so that.
Because the main thing I would like to add that the creative block. Because the creative block is about the worst thing that ever happened during this COVID times. Because the creative block literally renders you helpless regarding this. So you can the thing you are most accustomed to, you are most willing to do, and you can't do it because of heavy restrictions or some situation, dire situation as we can say. So many, I used to, use some see motivational videos, many photographers, and this positive joke and comedy videos as well. So it literally boosts morale. But at the same time, when those the videos were over, and it really hit back again. So it really affected the photography in me this way. And that time, fortunately, because as the photography was hampered, I concentrated to my drawing skills as well, because though I practiced a hell at
Right.
that time, and there was so plenty much time. Because take a pencil, you have a pen and paper, sketch anything you want, and you can do. So at the time, I have some photography skills were hampered with me, and at the same time, it give boost to my drawing skill and artistic skills as well.
Yes, and I would like to add one thing, that apart from creative block,
Yeah.
we all artists have to face one phase in our life where we are running out of ideas.
Oh yeah. Exactly.
We all artists sometimes face this part of our life in our content creation life, that we are out of ideas. So I
Yeah.
think this creative block is like a test of patience. So what
Exactly.
is your opinion about
Exactly.
that? So do you?
So yeah, test of patience I can say, because actually speaking, I'm a man without a patience. Because that's my funda. Because you may not agree, but some may not agree with me. Because I follow with the rule that kal kare so aaj kare so ab. So whenever I click a photo, if I click five best photos today, so at least I will post it at at the present minute and at the present second. Because it literally burns my heart that why should I keep it at least for 2 to 3 days more. So at least I can post it today, and post that something 2 to 3 days after. So not patience, but I have little much patience in me. But it helps me a lot, because when I post something else, 2 to 3 days gap, my the photos start decreasing at the same time, and it literally boosts that I should do again more. So the hunger for more literally drives me to this photography. So I post today, I post tomorrow, and I post day after tomorrow. And it will, yeah, my photos are it's getting over. So I should click more regarding this. So I click more, I venture out of anything, not street and not Sanjay Gandhi National Park is just two
Yeah, yeah,
steps
Sanjay.
over my vicinity on the outside. So I ventured there. Yesterday, today I ventured there. I think so. Today, yesterday I ventured
Mm-hmm.
there, and I click amazing photos regarding that. So I just wanted to say that patience, yeah, is good for all. It may not work for all as part of as much as me, but patience is a good thing. You should do with the guy which have patience, and I have a lot of respect those for those who literally don't post for 5 days and so on. I know I can. I may have interest in you as well because I can see your laughter as well.
Yeah, yeah, I accept that I'm not very active on my content creation journey in photography, but at the same time, you know the reason also.
Yeah.
And
So if you may no, don't hesitate. Can you share the reason with us all if you don't mind and if you don't have any
I can
problem?
share. I can share. The reason is that I am a professor by, I'm a teacher by profession. So
Yes.
mostly we have working hours from 8 to 4 p.m.
Yeah.
and this is quite taking a lot of time for me to expose to the screen, and because of which I am not able to devote much of my time for photography. But sooner or later this is going to be not the issue, because I hope that from next year's, finger crossed, the offline schools should start, so that once I am coming back to home, I can at least carry my camera from the school and do some or the other photography, and again restart that frequency of posting photos
Yeah.
on Instagram. So with this, I can relate that as you and me and one more our friend Gaurav, we discussed regarding the most, not most, the biggest enemy of content creators, and that is change in algorithm.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
So what is your opinion on that? Like, has it ever helped you or not helped you, or
No. No.
decrease
Not
your
at
growth
all.
somewhere or the other?
Instagram, the algorithm, as you are saying, it literally hampers the growth. Seriously, I'm not, get got any benefits regarding that because there are many updates regarding Instagram and many are updates the algorithm changes. So recently, I have heard, I don't know if it's right, because you have to save a person's uh, photo and then you have to comment on it and then you have to like it. So previously there was a thing that the person who was liking, just it was based on counts of likes and comments as well, but not on save purpose. But now Instagram has said that you have to save the content, you have to save the picture, whatever you are seeing, anything on you, not in photography or any personal photos as well. So you have to literally press on the save button and then comment and then like. I don't know if it is true. I may be wrong, but I think so. Instagram is focusing on the video content, and highly focusing on video content. So if you can see that may or may not your post is getting 20 to 25, 50 likes, 35 likes, but the video reach is getting on 1,000 and more than that, 1K, 2K plays, and
Yes.
you're getting much more likes and content. So I think so Instagram is now focusing on video content rather than on post. So I make advise the new beginners and who are coming to this field of photography that when you click a photo, anything it may be a stage, it may be a macro, natural wildlife, anything, just take a IGTV video and a reel regarding that, how you click that, and add a certain specific sound and any music to that. So it it like appealing, and it may look really visually appealing to this to see. So the view may reach, someone may share your video regarding that. So please follow this account, and your reach may extend to a certain level. So I think regarding that is pretty much hampering the if someone is not posting some IGTV videos regarding that. So you may see in my account, the Bronze Gamers VD, whenever I do artistic videos and do something, I shoot a videos that how I click and how I draw. Sometimes I do how shoot or something. So it helps a lot, but not that much for me, because you should have at least more than um, at least 5K followers to get that much reach, and I don't have that much reach as well. So
Yes.
it really hampers for me, because it also, this process also creates a creative block as well, because I am doing so much hard work regarding to click a photo and I'm not getting so much like. So it really hampers your creativity process as well. So I just think that I'm just moving on the ideology that click just click and post, don't expect from any gains as well. So
Okay.
I just click and post if I worthy, I will get gains and nothing else. So I'm not concentrating on that Instagram algorithm. I should post this and I should post that. I'm just, photographer. I like to click photos and I'm just concentrating on the content.
Correct.
There's nothing else.
Correct. So this brings me to the fact that mostly this video content like IGTV and Reels and stories, these are more shared in number by people. So we usually have more views and engagement on these kind of posts
Yeah,
rather than the images that we post on Instagram, because images are
exactly.
restricted to the followers and unless and until they are visible in the discover section of Instagram.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
regarding that, you said that we this is one of the reason that we artists get creative block because we are doing a lot of hard work. Even as
Yes.
a photographer, we are continuously mentally occupied with conceptualizing and designing the frame, and then
Exactly.
we don't get that much of reach. Then it's almost like a as an artist's heartbreak. So I want to tell you that. Should this be a demotivating factor for those who want to start an Instagram journey?
Not as a demotivating because the person who is currently opting for photography and artistic thing as well. So it may hamper their productivity level because they may think that I'm not doing photography and Instagram is not supporting me because I'm not getting that much reach. But for that you have to the post, the thing you are clicking, the thing you are posting, it should be as impactful as it deserves. So if I click something, very pretty much simple. Imagine a flower that all click. Normal thing. It's a status thing. But I'm posting it. So the viewer may find that is not that impactful. So he may give a like because I'm his friend or whatever. But that much reach because the same thought process is not for everyone else. Everyone who thinks may differ from each other as well. So one may think that wow, this is good, but other may, what is this, man? I've seen this 100 times before.
Correct.
So that's the problem. So the Instagram, the new thing, I'm just saying that those who are coming for photography and other things for content creation, especially in content creation, do something unique, do something out of the world. You can see the X factor in that. Something, man, I have not seen this before. I should like it. So the viewer should think like this, and every viewer should think like this. So that if you post content this powerful, you may get a reach and you may be viral because there are some photographers who came just few years back and now they're booming on Instagram.
Yes.
So I'm doing some the photographers say, bro, I'm doing it for 10 years. So why is it not happening to me? The problem is that you are not posting some impactful content that is appreciated by everyone.
Yeah.
Some may appreciate it because they are friends, their families, so they may give a click. They may not criticize you. And other things, there are different. This is some out of the topic I'm speaking because there are certain critics and comments that it may hamper you because the critics are of three types. One critic that genuinely critiques you, that usually find some faults. Second is a hater that what you post, what how much powerful and beautiful content you post, that the person will hate you. And the third, that always appreciation. Then the most dangerous is the appreciation comments as well because what I think that the person who is literally wow, you're good, you're amazing, you're beautiful, but in that process the creator and the artist think that I'm the best.
Hmm.
So never have the attitude that I'm the best because if he thinks that I'm the best, the learning process stops on that spot at
Okay.
immediately.
Okay.
So what I think that the comments you're getting, just think that whose comments you have to follow because some comments are demotivating as well and it contains creative block and it creates depression. So I must not follow and I must not pursue photography. But the genuine critic is that bro, you have to I have to click in this angle, the light shadow angle.
Okay.
So yeah, bro, this is I can under and I can do it in my future photography. So these are the some factors that may hamper the thought process and this photography. So what do you think regarding?
Regarding me,
Yeah,
yeah. So I think that I will agree to you on the fact that more unique content you try to create, more it is appealing towards the audience of Instagram because it's social media. On
Yeah,
social media, if you post something which is like A for apple, and even I post A for apple, then it's not something like will be more appealing to the people. But if I post
yeah,
A for aeroplane or something, then they will wonder that something new, like
yeah, exactly, exactly,
something new that they have never seen. So the content should be quite appealing. So
exactly.
so that people will like it, they will comment it. And second thing that I agree with you is that there are some comments which will be demotivating. There are some comments which will be like positive opinion.
Yes, exactly.
So instead of getting like instead of like getting anxious or angry with this negative comments, we should try to focus on how we can improve ourselves.
Improve ourselves.
Yeah.
Exactly, exactly.
So we all have to constantly learn on this journey. Like as a content creator, we are never fully occupied with anything. Even great
Exactly.
photographers like Ganesh Vanare or Vineet Vora sir, even Audi Venkatesh sir and Pratik sir. Some they have like they are the benchmarks in their genre of photography.
Exactly. Exactly.
Like
Exactly.
Aditya Venkatesh, he is abstract photographer and he's like at the topmost. Vineet Vora sir is doing a street photography.
Exactly.
Ganesh Vandre sir, also known as Haramkhor, he is doing street and sometimes conceptual photographies also, or
Yeah, yeah.
brand photography. So they are all at that level that we can learn from them, but they have themselves never stopped learning.
Exactly.
So
The
they
one
are
thing
constantly.
I heard the Vineet Vora's interview, the Back from a Day. So he said that uh, I'm just learning continuous. I'm learning from you. I'm learning from the person who is recording me on the backside of the camera. And the thing is that about the comments and haters that I stated earlier, that he said that Guru Vina Gat Nahi.
Hmm.
Guru Bina Gat Nahi. So the guru, the mentor, you say that he doesn't, put out in highlight the weaknesses. He directs you and he, put out you put out your strengths as well. So the one who genuinely critiques that you should do, and you can sense that he's genuinely saying something for your own good. So
Okay.
I think so. It may be something. It must not only be a photographer. It may be your parent. It may be your mother, father. Anything you can be a mentor.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter that even my mother, I asked her, she doesn't know anything about photography, but she says, I asked her, so I click this, so do you like it or not? She said that it is good, but you have to put this, you have to go here, the light is too, the light is harsh, the shadows are, coming as well. So you should have put this in that way. So like, yes, I should do that in my next attempt. So that's the positive and a genuine critic that you should follow. Haters, they are 24 hours on the internet trying to hate somebody. Even you don't post, they will hate you at any cost. The thing is that you should identify between a good critic and a over positivity and enthusiasm. That
Okay.
also hampers your productivity as well.
Okay. So, like this reminds me of one very good quote from Vineet Vora sir itself. Uh, that mentor is not someone who tries to bring out your mistakes. Mentor is someone who will try to improve those things that you have done properly.
Exactly.
So
And
that's
direct you
why,
as well.
yes. So that's why we all need some or the other mentor in our life who will constantly guide us.
Exactly.
Correcting the mistakes might be one part of a mentor, but that's not the only thing that it does.
Exactly.
That is just 30% of what a mentor should do. 70%
Exactly.
is doing enhancing what good the student has done.
Exactly. Yeah.
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 So with this, I want to ask you one very important question: that what is your opinion about growth of photography on Instagram or growth as a content creator?
Growth as a content creator. So you're asking me what is my opinion regarding this? The growth is, I think so. What should we say that in Instagram, growth is very, uh, at sometimes maybe positive, and slow growth is okay. Nothing else because when you come on Instagram, you can't expect that. Oh my God, I'm on Instagram and I will get the growth as fast as I can. Be slow, be patient. Try with something, try something new. slow growth is very okay. It's not at all problematic. It's very, if you in saying that if you grow slow, you grow better. So growing slow on Instagram, puts on various levels of experimentation, because you do so many things regarding. As for me, as I can say that for photography, because I'm not certain stick to one genre of photography. For example, I do streets mostly because someday I'm a street photographer. No, I prefer streets, but I'm not a street photographer, because street photography is something I relate to most, because the day I venture out of the house, you can click anything that is around your background of perception. The perception means the most in this street photography.
Yeah.
But for I can say that for bird photography or for wildlife, you have to invest some money, and you have to go have some gears regarding that, and you have to venture out for certain places that the animals are native to it. But for street photography, bro, you can literally go to venture out of the house, and some man is carrying something, in imagine a fruit seller, vendor, or a passing vehicle.
Yes. Yes.
That's a street photography. The world you see around is a street the movie, and you're the director. You have to just capture it, pause it, and the thing is that you have to literally when you have to put the pause button, the things when start recollecting and going afterwards, and a background in the background,
Yeah.
that's when you understand the street photography. The thing is that the POV shoots that we take in certain that that we go in where we go in restaurant, Chor Bazaar, Chor Bazaar, and there are
Yeah.
many things that we are accustomed. That comes in the travel photography, not in street photography, because we are going to the certain place and we are clicking those pictures that are native to it. Those
Yeah.
pictures may not be present in our vicinity, so
Yes.
that may be considered as a travel photography, not a street photography. Street photography is like three dogs are sitting in a straight line, and you click it on a very specific angle. That's street photography, because you just click it from the balcony or just outside of your house. So that's what I'm saying. That you should not be limited to a certain genre of photography. You have to just adapt, and you have to grow. For instance, in there are some people saying that for Instagram, the viewers get confused, so you have to post a certain regarding set of photos. If you are straight, post some street photography, and you have to do the continuity as well. But the continuity retrospection happens in this, because if you don't experiment, you don't grow. If I stick to this and I'm around my comfort zone as well, so to break the comfort zone, to break the rules in photography is the best thing I prefer, and I you know uh, appreciate, and try to tell to the audience as well that you should break the rules of photography when you're doing. Try flatlet, try wildlife, try as in your time schedule as well. So don't stick to one type of photography. It will hamper your growth in on Instagram. On If you're not on Instagram, it will affect your skills as well. So that's my thought on that.
Okay. So, so what I can understand from what you have said is that one thing is that we cannot expect immediate growth on Instagram. Like today I am on Instagram and tomorrow I'll have 100k followers or
Exactly,
10k followers. So we have to gradually build up our content,
exactly,
and the fact that first few
exactly.
posts, and by few I mean to say maybe 100 or 200 also, they might be not
Yes,
that impactful to give you growth, but if we are consistent enough, we are constantly experimenting with different aspects, like wildlife, like street, like fashion, like portraits, and they are
exactly,
appealing, then probably one day our growth will directly surge
exactly,
into, like it will give a high number of followers and it will give you a good
exactly,
reach. Okay,
exactly.
and second thing that
Just I wanted to say that
yeah, sure.
for initial the photographers, for the person who was is just putting his steps, the thing you're best at most. Imagine you are best at street photography. Do it for 5 6 months, because you are learning, right? You are in the learning process, so you are just learning the concept, the things, the do's and don'ts about the particular genre of photography.
Hmm.
Master those, and if you are think that I can do it best, not hamper your growth by saying I'm the best.
Hmm.
If you think you can do, and I'm accustomed to it, and I can do it on a regular basis, and I know the the thinking process, what you do, what you should not do, go switch to another type of genre. That's what I'm saying. Because if I'm stick to one type of photography, I will not able to put my effort in my experimentation to other fields as well. So that's the main thing about uh, growth on Instagram
Okay.
and growth on of myself as well.
So one thing is that when we are in the initial days of photography on
Yeah,
Instagram, then I think street photography is one kind of genre that can help us learn many things.
yeah. Because it's a ABC of photography, right? Because
Yeah.
the street is where you can relate the most. The day you open your door and go for, if your mom says go bring these vegetables, you can go outside the door and click as much as photos as your perception thinks is right. So street photography is not a wide scale, but it's an ABC of photography.
Okay.
From street photography, you can learn perception and you can apply to at various fields as well. So the angle, various angles, you can shoot from the straight angle. You can try the upper angle, the low angle, and if you know the technique, the skills regarding this, so you can apply to in wildlife photography, in fashion, in street, in portraits as well. So that's what street photography is the ABC of photography, and I must think that those who venture out and putting their new skills into this photography, I must say that you must master some street photography skills and then go for other genres because it may help you a lot in this in your future as well.
Okay. So one thing that I think my audience can grasp from this is that there is a whole damn dictionary of photography. You
Exactly.
number you number anything, and that is number of fields where photography can be applied. But that dictionary is starting from alphabets, and alphabets are starting from street
Street
photography.
photography. Yes.
Yeah. So so this brings to my next question that which is your favorite genre of photography?
Oh, the main genre of photography is not as, but I will prefer street because many people, many friends have said that I'm a street photographer because I click the streets very, much skillfully. But as for I like portraits because portraits is my best and my most favorite part of the photography. Uh, in the streets, in the street photography, you can also apply portrait photography as well because the various as we ventured out in Chor Bazaar, you can see we click many portraits. A man sitting in some corner, you can use it as street as well as a portrait, and you should try combinations as well, merging two genres and at once. So that's the main thing. So I will prefer. I had to become actually a wildlife because I have a bucket list regarding that. I had to try wildlife, but due to some limitations for my gear, I don't. For wildlife, I, I need a DSLR lens as well, around 2000 because it focuses on great length and it's a must to do in this bird and wildlife photography. But for as my part, as in my power, what should I do? I like to click portraits. Street is the second, and after that, I think I would like to go macro because macro is the thing that you when you venture out for some around the street bushes. Even if you're bushes and you find some caterpillar or some bug sitting there, just you have to wear macro photography because you have to know the skills, the lens behind it. So if your gear has those macro lens, I think you should go for macro photography. And if you don't, bro, streets is the main best thing you can do. And for my part, portrait and street are the in my area of expertise, and I can say in my comfort zone. So, and I would like to break that as well in the future.
Okay, so this brings me to my next question, which is something like we all, as an artist, as a photographers, have encountered this question many times in our life, and that question is, do gears matter? Like, is it something like only someone with a DSLR is a good photographer and someone as a mobile photographer is not good? So, what is your
Exactly.
opinion on that?
That's a good question, Rohan, because many photographers are asked that does gear matter? And in my part, if you ask me, that gear doesn't matter as well. It doesn't matter. So the exam you're writing, whichever pen, use your Parker pen and use your 5 rupees pen. The thing is in your head is going to your paper right now. So that's the same way in photography. So whichever gear you use, I before I used Intex mobile, it was literally not a photographic phone. It was literally used for clicking normal pics and just like. But even in that gear, I used to do some experimentation, and it worked out pretty well for me because what's your perception around your world and what you see around your world in your eyes. The eyes are the first camera. With the eyes are the first camera, you can perceive anything. Even if you see someone walking, the regular man may not see, man, he's just walking around the street. But a photographer may see something in that spits out the different in him or her, I can say. So what's your perception is in your photography. So I don't think gear doesn't really matter. Yes, but it hampers your, if your gears are like well fledged high gear like a DSLR camera or a mirrorless camera, the picture quality or the image quality may be good, maybe it's up to the mark. But what the point if you have no perception? If you have no perception, there is nothing you can do about it.
Right, right,
That's the thing.
right. So basically, what matters is what we see through our eyes.
Exactly.
In front of photography, of 10,000 rupee phone, a 20,000 rupee phone, and a DSLR
Exactly.
doesn't matter
Yeah.
if we don't have this camera.
Exactly. The eyes are your first camera. The
Yeah,
way you see it,
yeah,
the way you see it are put in your camera and you are displaying that.
yeah,
Yeah, but sometimes, but I can say, if I say this eyes are your camera, it's around 95%. But for 5%, imagine case if you want to try wildlife photography or bird photography, the gear is must, because you can click your camera, on your mobile, the 10 meters long bird sitting on a high rooftop or a high on a tree. You need to have a gear for that. Or in some cases, in some fields of photography, the gear is must. But for 95%, I would say the perception really matters.
okay. So, like, how I can put up this answer for our audience is that in the initial days of photography, gears actually don't matter. What you can
Exactly.
do is you can use any phone, even a normal phone, and you can try to develop your creativity in photography in the initial days.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
And as we have seen, there are many people who have started with just mobile phone also, including Ganesh Vandre
Exactly.
and Aditya Venkatesh. They both they are one of the two of the celebrity photographers who are respected all over India, and they have started with their journey with mobile photography. So
Yeah.
I think that everyone should try to adopt this principle, and once they are confident enough that they are good at some particular genre of photography, then they can opt for DSLR. And I think the
Exactly. Yeah.
only reason that they should go for a professional camera is it gives you a better image quality and better
Image
options
quality.
to play with the light and shadows and
Exactly.
colors of your subject.
Yeah, because what I think that for if you purchase a mirrorless or DSLR camera, so you come to a casual to a professional way, because DSLR and mirrorless camera offers you professionalism in very ways. Because would like to share an incident with you, because for once I gone to an interview for fashion photography, so they told me that have do you have your portfolio regarding that. So I don't have portfolio, but I have an Instagram account. So I click many portraits of as some my friends that previously. So they tell me that the phone will be not be a good measure to show the portfolio. You should have a DSLR camera or at least a SLR camera for that, because it literally brings out a professional person in you. See in fashion and magazines, you can never see a mobile clicking a photo. The
Yeah,
photo must be shown on a DSLR and in some case mirrorless as well.
yeah,
So I think so that mirrorless and DSLR are a stepping point. After some time, you should go for these gears, because if you don't, you will be around the comfort zone. Because I am pretty much accustomed to my mobile. I know if it do's and don'ts, the range that it captures. So if I had to go for a professional way, I have to go for DSLR and mirrorless cameras as well in the future. For any photographer who would like to do in this professional field of expertise.
okay. So one thing we can add to the answer is that DSLR is something that will give your uh, art a
Exactly.
professional touch. It is not
Exactly.
the only thing that you should have while
Yeah.
starting, and starting can be done via mobile phone also.
Yeah.
Because if you
Exactly.
don't not stressing specifically on mobile phone, but
Yeah.
just that you can use the minimal resources. And the
Exactly.
point behind this is that if you don't learn something, then there is no use in having a DSLR also, even after that.
Exactly,
So I
exactly.
hope my audience can relate this question because this is very common question for every photographer, content creator. Okay, this brings to my last and a very surprise question for you, which is not at all related to photography and your Instagram. After covering
Rain it on.
after covering your artist background and photography background, I want to know about your spiritual background, like your thought process on spirituality.
Oh my God. Listen, for the spiritual perspective, I would say that I literally believe on what I do with my bare hands. I
Okay.
don't believe third party or third third spiritual thing that is happening, or in what I say nasib. I don't put anything on my this destiny and all. What I do, I get results. If you click a photo, that's predestined to you. That's your work, and that you have clicked on your own hands and on your own work. So what if you say that, bro, I just I missed the photo. It was very good, but I missed it. Bro, you haven't clicked that, so that doesn't make any sense. It's not in your camera. So so actually in reality it doesn't happen.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what's the point is saying that it I missed that thing. So you should literally put that in your camera, and for that you should be in your right place and at the right time. Photography is all about timing as well.
Yes,
For those
correct.
who are new to this field. So the spirituality is that karma. I believe in lots of karma because what you do, what you sow, you will reap.
Correct,
Exactly.
correct.
So what I click, I will get. Even if I do some mess in thing, if I get a blur photo around that, that's my mistake. You are not doing something wrong because the person who is literally passing by doesn't idea that I'm clicking. Even if he has an idea, what there's no mistake in him. There's a mistake of mine that I haven't captured it properly. So that's the point. Is that the spiritual way is that karma. I don't believe in and Nastic as well because the destiny and all. I don't believe in such things. But for karma, I believe a lot. What I do with my own hands, and I'm alone is responsible for my actions as well.
Okay. So what I can put up this as an answer is that one thing is that you have to believe in yourself more than your destiny.
Exactly,
So
exactly. But believing yourself doesn't, count for the go to the overconfidence because when you believe too much on yourself, you become overconfident, and that is a destruction and a root cause of all suffering. So just believe yourself in such a way that I'm learning. I can do mistakes. I'm a human being. I'm doing mistakes. It doesn't mean every photo should be perfect. Some are out of focus. Some are blur, and why taking the photography in day-to-day activity as well. So what you do is not perfect in any ways. You're a human being, but don't be overconfident because I'm a perfect and I literally have all the knowledge regarding that. So believe in yourself in such a way that you're a human being and you can do mistakes. But how to resolve that mistake and how to overcome that mistake in a positive way, that really matters.
okay. So what we can understand from this is that you have to try flying, but by keeping your
Ex-
foot on the ground.
Exactly. You have your roots on the ground. That's it.
And
Exactly.
before that, I think there is something called as self belief that yes, I can fly. Because if that self
Exactly.
belief is missing, then even if you jump for 10 meters, you will not be able to fly. But if that self
Exactly.
belief is there, then even for 10 centimeters also you can fly.
Exactly. The world is around you that saying, yes, bro, don't do this. There is no use in that. You can do this. There are hundreds of people you that around you that say this kind of things. But to listen to them and getting demotivated, that's really messed up thing as well. So what do you believe in yourself in such a way that I can do it? What's the let's say give a try, because in photography I just had an idea, let's give a try, and I can I accomplish much. You have helped me in this. The mentors around you, they will guide you for that. So pick up the mentors, have some in a positive background as well, because the more you get motivated, the more you flourish as well. So that's what I'm saying, that fly but have your roots on the ground and surround yourself with the positive people, motivating people, and nothing with the demotivating as well. So that's my thought around the spirituality concept of mine.
Okay, so that concludes my last question of this podcast, and it was lovely having an interaction with you.
Uh, Same to you, bro. Same to you. The first for the audience, I will say that the person Rohan Rapali, who is interviewing me, has been a mentor for so because of him, I came to the photography field, and he taught me various processes and many technique skills that I implement. And we have a regular talk regarding that about he shows his photos, I show his photos. We do literally conversation, and it might not be a critic. Sometimes the opinions doesn't match as well, but we pleasurable. We the the outcome is very pleasurable, and we do overcome our because Rohan has also accomplished so many things, as you can see from his prior photos and see his today's photo. You can see so much growth in him as well. So thanks, Rohan, for having me in this your podcast, and I'm really happy pleasure to be your friend and your brother as well.
Well, that was quite a surprise for me because I wasn't expecting this conclusion. Okay, so here we conclude. Thank you for having on the show. And what show? There's no name to this show. So, like, this is
Uh,
my first podcast, and it was an honor having you. So,
Thanks.
say
No,
bye to.
honor is mine too.
Before saying bye, I would like to ask you: do you have any message for photography audience who are watching this podcast right now?
The message would be like I'm not that great to give a message first of all, but for those who have literally coming to this photography field, just believe in yourself. Have a self realization, because if you don't self realize that you can do so much things, there is no point. Even if you have a mentor and if he says do it, you are good. But if you don't have a self realization, the moment you self realize that I can do this, you can't do it. Do whatever you want to do, but you can't do it. So the self realization moment is the must in your life. So I would just say that believe in yourself. Don't be too overconfident for yourself, and inspire others. Spread positivity and no negativity. And that's for it.
Okay, so so let's end this podcast and just saying goodbye to all the audience. Thank you for sticking till now. You had been a lovely audience till now, and Kedar's all social media handles for Bronze Gamer KD and the photography account Shutter Eyes Vision is there in the description. Please do follow and keep supporting. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Kedar.
Thanks for having me in this podcast.